What's up? Everybody in the free world. Yo, what's up, Marcus Holmes? This is a live chat for those who didn't know. You're live here with your boy Carcino in sunny Florida. Oh, you getting your notifications because this is the Screen Theme movie account. Not Carcino for life. Now, here's the process. Meaning that Boba Fett, the reason why he's become so synonymous with Star Wars lore is because before the movie even came out, when Star Wars first came out, when the toys came out, they premiered Boba Fett, a character you never saw. He was in a little mini commercial, and the name Boba Fett was there. Now, the character, as you saw, his scenes were cut early on, and they never put him in the original Star Wars. He didn't appear until The Empire Strikes Back. Oh, thank you. Thank you. And because of that, because he didn't make his appearance until then, you never really got to see Boba Fett. And everybody was excited to see him in Empire Strikes Back. And he seemed smarter than the average bounty hunter. But yet and still, we never got to see him do anything. Boba Fett was dead before we ever got a chance to really see him do exciting things. He was in Empire Strikes Back. He's the guy that got Han Solo. And as soon as the movie starts, he's dead. In the most accidental way. I mean, they didn't even have him shoot Luke Skywalker in the hand. They had some random guy shoot him in the hand. Good morning. Gotta do all this to sneak back around. No, I'm not. Who goes to a strip club this early in the morning? If anything, I'm right outside the Brandon Mall right now. Anybody eating breakfast at a strip club? You gotta go through a half a bottle of Perel just to get through the day. But yeah, they played Boba Fett completely because the action figure never came out. And the reason why the action figure didn't come out because they had a device that launched the rocket off his back. It launches a rocket off his back. It had a little spring in there that you hit the button and it shoot off his back and would come out. So the problem was you couldn't get that action figure no more because those little pull the button and shoot the little things out. Some little kid shot one in another kid's mouth and he choked on it and died. And because that happened, ball got lodged in the kid's throat. They thought of it as a safety hazard and they chose not to use it ever again. See, that's how things worked back then. You do stuff till it don't work. Yeah, so they were scared to release the toy. And so because they didn't release the toy, everybody was like upset and they felt they got gypped. So when The Empire Strikes Back came out, they knew, okay, we finna get this toy with Boba Fett and everything's finna go well. So it didn't have the rocket pack that shot out. And you were so excited after Empire Strikes Back, everybody fell in love with the character, even though he just mostly appeared to be menacing and wasn't afraid of Darth Vader. And they knew, George Lucas knew he screwed up. He knew, like, I should have not killed Boba Fett. The fans all love Boba Fett. So when making this series, they were like, you gotta find a way to get Boba Fett back in the fold. You know, that was the thing. Like, hey, we need Boba Fett. So they came out, and the second went with Jango Fett, Boba Fett's father. And Boba was a little kid. And you show how he took over the ship, Slave One. And that was probably one of the best scenes in episode 2 of Star Wars. Is when Obi-Wan went up against Jango Fett. And they showed Boba as a little boy doing stuff. working the ship. And his disdain for the Jedi. But all the cool stuff that we wanted to see with Boba Fett, we got to see with Jango. And I thought that made for some interesting Star Wars moments. Oh yeah, if you watched it in IMAX and got good stereo equipment at home, that's very interesting. China's mad that they gave all that love to South Korea. That's all. It got nothing to do with the movie. Still making money in China. But because of Boba Fett, Star Wars have altered their entire lineup. Star Wars have altered their entire being. Like, Poe Dameron wasn't supposed to live and survive in Star Wars. I don't know how many people know that. But Poe Dameron was supposed to die. They decided to do a change and keep Poe Dameron alive. After Poe Dameron himself declared, like, I don't think killing this character off is gonna work. Because of the Boba Fett situation, they decided, let's not kill him. They had no idea where to go with the Finn character at the end of Star Wars. They said, look, we have no direction here. We don't know where we're going. We don't know what we're doing with this character. But you know what? This is what we're going to do. We don't know what we're doing, but we're going to keep it going anyway. So Finn became a character that they didn't want to kill off. They wanted to bring in for all 3 movies. When they kept deciding, should we kill Finn? Should we do this? Should we do that? Like, no, let's keep the main 3. Which is Finn, Poe Dameron, and Rey. And the way the story is going, it's more like Rey's gonna end up with Poe Dameron, who she has 0 chemistry with. Besides, she thinks he's a hot guy. She's just not seeing hot guys now, since this is her first time like out in the universe. Well, LucasArts was like that in the when they made the trilogy. When he came back and did the trilogy, he didn't want to kill people off. He probably should have killed off in the prequels. See, when you do prequels, you already know who's not gonna die and who's gonna live if they're in the original 3. So if you have surprises that's done, it's like, okay, when or how you're gonna get rid of Queen Amidala, Padme, you know, the mother of Luke Skywalker and Leia. We know that she's dead because she's not in the original 3 movies. So where does she bite it? That became the bigger story. Trying to figure out where she gets it, how she gets it, and the whole 9. So originally, Padme was killed by Anakin. That part of the script was true. She went there to confront and kill Anakin after what Obi-Wan tells her. But it wasn't because Obi-Wan said anything. She had heard Anakin talking, and she was keeping her meeting secret with him from him when they were talking about starting a rebellion against the Emperor. She knew that he was so drawn close to the Emperor, she couldn't even trust to tell him with the information because he was so close. His relationship with the Chancellor was that close. So she decided to keep it a secret even from him. And that led to even more dissension in the ranks. So when they became like neck and neck with each other as far as we're partners, like equals, they never really was. But when she was pregnant and they were already keeping that a secret, and she found out, she knew that she had to go and confront and kill Anakin. She had a knife, and she was gonna kill Anakin. And it's already in the drawings. When they have that argument, she takes the knife and puts it at his throat, and he tells her, "Kill me." release me, kill me. So he takes the knife and lets Padme puts the knife to his throat. She couldn't do it, so she drops the knife. As she pleads for him to just stop. And as he hugging her, he sees Obi-Wan Kenobi, who snuck on the ship. And in his rage, sorry, I'm driving, but in his rage, he ended up choking her, and she passed out, and he ended up breaking her neck. So Anakin did kill her in the original script. So his Vader, the image when the Emperor tells him at the end that he killed her in his rage, was actually originally true. That's what really happened. Anakin is the one that killed her out of his rage. But they changed it to make it something she died of a broken heart. Which is very stupid. She's just lost the will to live. It's like, what? There's nothing physically wrong with her, but we're just gonna just have her die because we want to be polite and we think this is scare kids. It's stupid, I know. But hey, it's Hollywood. I'm out.